man who claims a former Biddeford officer sexually abused him as a teenager meets with Governor LePage, and the governor says he will do everything he can to help. WMTW News 8's David Charnes was there, and he is here now with our continuing coverage. David.
Tracy, the governor told us after his meeting that he has no control over this investigation, but he says he told Matt Lauzon that he will ask the legislature to take action. Exactly what that action is remains to be seen.
And I told him that I would do everything that we possibly can.
Governor Paul LePage says he's asking the legislature to give his office the power to move the Attorney General's investigation along.
If the Attorney General's office worked for me, I would take action.
LePage says the investigation is ongoing and says his involvement has nothing to do with his past comments about the AG.
And not because of the AG, because I've been there and I know what he's talking about.
The governor would not elaborate.
I have zero doubt that he's totally supportive, and we're going to do everything we can.
Lauzon, who has made his accusations at 2 public meetings, says he and the governor discussed his claims of sexual abuse by former Biddeford police officer Stephen Dodd. He echoes concerns raised last week by City Councilor Bob Mills, who questioned the integrity of the investigation because city leaders met with the AG's office.
Especially when I saw a city councilor from Biddeford who was also concerned about the collaboration that's gone on between the AG and Biddeford Police Department. I believe that independent entity needs to get involved.
Exactly what will happen remains a question. Biddeford City Councilors have asked State Senator David Dutremble to get involved. He's filing emergency legislation to give investigators and police the power to talk.
I just want criminal justice agencies to be able to comment that there is an investigation going on. I think that would have helped this case tremendously.
Lauzon says after the governor, he met with an investigator with the AG's office. A spokesman for that office said Thursday the investigation is ongoing. Last week, the office confirmed it is investigating an allegation that a former Biddeford police officer sexually assaulted a teenage boy in the late 1990s. The AG's office will not name the officer involved or identify the alleged victim. Meanwhile, a website has been set up to raise money to help alleged victims with legal access and support. It's called Stand Up For Me, and so far it's raised nearly $14,000 in just under 24 hours. Live in the studio, I'm David Charnes, WMTW News 8.